All right, so we are here today with our first episode for I Speak Rhyme. My name is Annabelle Bonilla, aka Anita Bonita. I'm here with Circumstantial Saint, and he is our first poet slash artist slash author slash I'll let him tell it. So we have him. He'll be performing with us on April 30th at Diana's Delights. Shout out to her. And right now we have an artist spotlight, and we'll be asking him questions and learning a little bit about our artist and what he's bringing to the table. So, how do you want to start, sir? Do you want to present yourself?
Yeah. My name is Circumstantial Saint, activist. Excuse me. Can I redo that? My name is Circumstantial Saint, uh, affirmations poet, musician, journalist, and activist. Based out of Pennsylvania, but I try to make myself a worldwide uh, thing. Um, yeah.
That's cool. So we got some questions lined up. So he's going to actually be able to dive into a little bit and we can find a little bit more about our artists. So one of the first reasons or questions I say that I like to ask people is when did you really notice that you love to write? Like just writing in general, that was just your thing.
um, from as early as I can remember. My grandparents and my mother definitely instilled writing and learning in me from a very early age. With my grandparents, I was always watching the news and talking about what we were watching. What did I soak in? What did I take in? I was encouraged to write. I was always given tons and tons of books. Nikki Giovanni, Langston Hughes, my mom instilled Black poets
Go
into me.
mom. Yes. Go
Yes. And
mom.
so from early on, I aspired to be just like them and the stuff that they talked about, how revolutionary it was. And also
Mm-hmm.
watching my grandfather be very revolutionary, a community activist and pillar of his community. Uh, very early on, made sure that not only would I have the tools to write and definitely be a writer, but also speak power to my words and make sure that it's not just speaking words, but there's a lot of power behind them that can help mobilize other people.
And the way you do it, yes, from the roots. He said from his grandpa. I know that's right, from the roots.
And when I
Yes.
say the root, there's a lot of different meanings from that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean.
Oh, you know I know. You know I know. That's all good. So we went into that as far as your why. So was it your grandfather that was your biggest inspiration, or was there someone specifically that was your biggest inspiration, you think? Because you named a couple different people there. Is there someone that was a little more influential, you think?
As a writer, um, I would say there is no like sole person that helped inspire me as a writer. I think it's life itself, and the things that I've gone through. Everyone has their own release. Someone may play basketball or work out. Someone does yoga. Someone does boxing. I write
Mm-hmm.
or I just vent it out. But the way it vents out, it's usually through writing.
Mm-hmm.
And the past few years, it's manifested in different works of activism too, and writing stories, news stories about what goes on in our world. But I have found the best way that to connect with people on these issues is through the poetry and the music. And music's a universal language.
It is, especially if you can organize it, and that it's not as misconstrued when you could kind of prepare for your delivery
Organized
versus
thought.
yeah, I definitely get it. So you named a couple books that you like too. Is there a childhood book that kind of like triggered something, or is there something that you just got to shout? So some book that just like, what's your book?
I'm not a big book reader these days or book person. I advocate for book reading and books like all the time. I'm big on it. However, I am a very big supporter of the way that you take in information is the way that, the route that you take it in is the way that you should take it in. For me, I can read news articles or short stories. I love poetry, but I'm more into like affirmation music, meditation, things like that to soak up stuff. And news is the best way that I get my information. YouTube, listening to videos and things, but I don't really read books much these days. When I was a kid, Langston Hughes was definitely my biggest and most favorite poet. And there was a book, I went to go visit my mom in North Carolina about a month ago. And I didn't know she kept this book like all these years. And I'm
Moms,
like,
this is the moms.
yeah,
Oh, no.
I broke out crying. It's The Dream Keeper.
Okay.
And that one specific poem, it really talks about keeping your dream alive and making your dreams come true.
And you was supposed to see that. Right? And you talk about, you wasn't really looking into books, and it just right at that time frame, you were supposed to see that poem.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep your dream alive. That's what it's about. That's what you're supposed to do. So that's dope. That's dope. So when you're looking up YouTube and you're doing different things, is there a certain artist, or is there something, a style or something that you kind of gravitate to more when you're trying to release?
Yeah. There's now for me, and I think that's where Circumstantial Saint comes from. It talks a lot about duality, the yin and the yang, the good and the bad. It's all experience, and it's a matter of perception.
Balance.
So, right.
Balance.
Everyone's like, if you're a spiritual person, you need to be all zen and you need to be a goody two shoes, and no.
The balance when stuff is flying at you from every direction.
Talk about it. So false positivity is not going to get you anywhere.
When they always
false positivity is more negative and bad for you and toxic for yourself and your body, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, than anything else. You need to absorb and transmute the dark energy and the light energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You need both.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, I love very dark things and I love very light things as well. I love to have, and this is, you can hear the inspiration of my music too. I love Jersey Club, Baltimore Club, anything that makes you shake your ass and twerk. And it's also, when it comes to like spiritually, aesthetically, us as Black and brown people, when we go back to our roots, those are the kinds of movements and sounds that we spiritually adhere to expel a lot of things and soak up a lot of things as well, and tell stories and share things with one another. Mm-hmm. So to sit there and twerk your ass off is not inherently a bad thing. But if that's all you're doing, that is a bad thing. If you're not using it to express yourself, it can be a bad thing. And also, and I there's a point to all I'm saying, but like, our society likes to sexualize everything. Just twerking your ass off for expression is not sexual. So I want people to get that out of their head. On the lighter side of things, I love to listen to, I call it a lot of spiritually conscious music. So Tony Jones, Free Soul, Lava, Cleo Soul, Londrell.
Playlist. he gonna send me his playlist.
Oh, definitely.
Because by the sound of it, honey,
oh, yeah.
I need all that.
You can check my Spotify out, and I have it right through my Spotify, the link to check out my tons of playlists I have that you can check out, but I have the playlist called Soul Tribe, and it's like a good 5-7 hours, I think, of music for all different types of people you can jam out to. Richardo Rich is another one. Third Eye. Not Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind is different.
Right. I know that one. But that was a good band, right? Yes.
I know that one. I'm like, wait. No,
but not the one I was thinking of. Right. Different one. But yes, there's so many different artists that I love listening to. And for me, it has to be a balance. Like, I preferably like to listen to things that are either filling my mind up with information that I can utilize or retain to better myself. Mm-hmm. However, I also like to have things that can be sad and depressing because it helps to transmute and
Get it out. Mm-hmm.
yeah, whatever you're feeling, feel it fully and let it out. And dark music can be the best tool to help do that. So don't count it out or knock it just because it's something you necessarily wouldn't want to listen to on a regular basis.
Yeah, I saw something that said sometimes I need the beats and sometimes I need the lyrics. And I thought that was something that really, you know, really resonated.
Completely.
Because it just depends on what you're going through at that moment, what you feel like, what you want to embrace, what you want to, you know. Sometimes I feel like if whatever I'm cooking, I got my music got to match my food.
Facts.
And then it, you know, make it better. So that's, you know, that's a good
and I try to infuse that in my music too, like making sure that because I produce my music as well, that my beats where did they go? Speaking of, let me just play a little bit in the background here. Yeah. My beats are important to me. They tell a story as well. And they're in counterpart to my lyrics. And if my lyrics are telling a story and they can be heavy and deep, my sound can be just as deep and heavy as well. So I like to make sure that they're both highlighted. Also, not everyone wants to hear you talking all the time about deep stuff. Sometimes you need a break from that heavy talk.
Well, you need to as well too, because you don't want to drill that in your subconscious and be in that state all the time. It's good to release and, you know, but that balance, you know, that balance.
And I do want to get to that real quick because there are moments of eras that I've had in my music. And I started out really light, and then I pivoted and went really deep dark. At a time where I was taking advantage of the time in my life where I was going through that, and it was like, okay, I needed somewhere to put this. Let me express it here.
Yeah.
And so maybe I don't have to do this ever again to this extent. But there is that like light and dark that you need in every. I find, at least for me, in every release. But I don't think I need to have that dark time all the time. So definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, and you know, we kind of breezed across it earlier, but we talk about how music is a portal. It's, you know, it's kind of like a time portal, and it can take you to places. And you know, when you write those dark things, and you write those things, you know, even listening to it kind of can take you there. But on a lighter note, what do you like to listen to take you to that place, to go through that portal of fun, like of that release of that? Like, what is your guilty pleasure? Like, what? It doesn't have to be a song specifically. If you can't think of one specifically, it could be an artist, but I would like a song specifically because I'm going to listen to it later. But it's just, you know, if you're in a car and you're by yourself and you had a great day and you just want to accent, you know, what is it? Like, where do you go to?
So I have a playlist or two that I listen to, like the one that's called Bop. And it's just all my favorite jams, like a lot of Brazilian funk music, which is like the equivalent of all that twerking music, like Baltimore Club, Jersey Club. But that's another tangent, is Baltimore Club, Jersey Club are my go-tos for like.
That's that.
Yeah.
You be in the car bumping.
Right.
You be the one I'm looking at like, yes,
That's
you.
That is
yeah, I love when I see people going in the car because that is so motivating to me.
But guilty pleasure-wise, at home, you know, if you're having like, you just wake up and it's like, man. But I don't do that. Like, I find something to get me out of that meh, or I'll soak in that meh until it's just done, right? Destiny's Child, Happy Face.
Okay.
I woke up this morning, the sun is shining, I put on my happy face.
Yes.
I'm living, I'm able, I'm breathing, I'm grateful. I put on my happy face. It literally, like, when you're saying every single lyric of that song, by the end of that song, you're feeling it. And that's probably one of a big inspiration behind like where I want my music to be, is by the end of that song, you're feeling, even if it's a repetitive phrase, you're feeling you're exuding and feeling what that phrase or those words are supposed to be, the work that they're supposed to be doing. And happy face, you can't help but have a happy face at the end of that song.
And as an artist, that's always the goal. That's always the goal. If you're performing and you're doing something, it's a transfer of energy, man. It's like you're presenting this. You want them to feel it. And if you're talking about a happy face and they got a happy face and you got that feeling at the end of the song, like that's what we do it for, like I think that's dope, and even putting it that way really accentuates us as artists and what we want from our music, the connection.
It's to be intentful with what you're putting out is extremely important, and I learned that early on. And even now, even if it's something that I just want people to hear because I'm working on it, I still also have to, before I hit that button, make sure, what is my message and intent? What do I want people to gain from this? Period. Did I put enough of my own energy into it? It means a lot to me, and it takes a lot out of me. Which is why I said the dark ones, I don't do that well.
Oh, I know, honey, I know.
The Sainthood and Circumstantial album and Circumstantial albums were very dark. Thin Veil, which was like a Hallows Eve type of genre. It's all about the shadow work. I had to sit for a while. The next album I did after that was called Cleanse.
Oh, fire.
Right.
Fire.
Because I had to purge. I had to cleanse all of that. I was stuck with all these feelings. I thought I was supposed to be expressing it out. But it was also a learning experience for myself. All right, I'm sitting in this cauldron. Time to get up.
And that's the scary part that people run from. They don't want to sit in it. They rather, ignorance is bliss. So we're going to go start some games and some little, questions here. If I could get them, because this screen, because it's not scripted here.
My bad.
I did that 7 times.
My bad.
So I have a little game here because Circumstantial Saint loves these kind of questions.
I do.
So this is going to be very hard for him. When I say this is going to be hard, this is going to be hard.
Yeah.
Because 30 seconds, 30 questions in 30 seconds that you really want to talk about, that you really want to get in and dig in and tap into and rip apart and all, that's the point. You can't.
No, it's hard, but I'm going to try.
But you follow him, we'll talk again. We could definitely revisit this, different things like that. But we breeze through some of it. He's really excited but nervous because he knows he wants to go into every question.
I do.
But it's 30 questions in 30 seconds. So we're going to do it. Let's go. It. Yeah, he got a slight breezer. And he's gripping at the table like, I want them all. But we can't.
I'm done.
We can't. That might have to be a different episode. We only got so much time. But he loves these kind of questions, I'm telling you. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Let's go.
All right. Should animal testing be banned? Yes, no?
No.
Death penalty?
Yes.
Yeah, no? Yes? Ban? Yes?
Yes.
Animal testing ban. Okay. Death penalty, is it justified?
No.
Should women be paid less in certain professions?
No.
Should assisted suicide be made legal?
Yes.
The voting age should be reduced to 16?
Yes.
Should smoking be illegal everywhere?
No.
Sorry, I had to laugh at that one. Prisoners, should they be allowed to vote?
Yes.
Should drug addicts get help instead of punishment?
Yes.
Advertising to children should be banned.
Yes.
Beauty competitions create unrealistic beauty standards.
Yes.
Police should be immune from prosecution.
No.
Sorry, I had to laugh at that one. So, violent video games should be banned.
No.
These two kind of go together. It could kind of, whatever. It depends on how you look at it. Healthcare should be free for everyone.
Yes.
Obese people should pay more for healthcare.
Yes.
Rich people should pay more taxes.
Yes.
War is never justified.
Yes.
Some soft drugs should be made legal.
Yes.
Marriage is no longer necessary.
Yes.
Children should not have smartphones.
Yes.
If you have more money, you will be happier.
No.
Government should track their citizens.
No.
People should have to take tests to become a parent.
No.
I don't know. Shit. I'm sorry. Maybe some classes or something, but shit, hold on, my bad. Hold on, wait. I got sidetracked on that note, my bad. All right, bring it back. Fast food should be banned.
Yes.
Men and women should be allowed to compete against each other in the Olympics.
Yes.
Celebrities should earn less money.
Yes.
All people should receive a basic income.
Yes.
Everyone has the right to own a gun.
Yes.
The age you can buy alcohol should be increased to 25.
No.
Eating meat is unethical.
No.
Social media has ruined society.
Yes.
So that was 30 questions in 30
really?
seconds.
Not bad.
It wasn't that bad, right?
No.
It wasn't
I
that
love
bad.
all those questions though.
Right? It's so hard not to really get into it.
Mhm.
Oh. So yeah, if you really want to get into it, that might have to be a different time. But just to try to keep it minimized here and just tapping it, tap. That's just how we're gonna breeze through that. And then we got some randoms, flats or drums.
Drums.
My kind of guy.
More
I
meat.
like the drum. Right? And then the flats, you got all the bones.
All the bones.
And the veins and the
You gotta pick
cartilage.
through
And the
stuff.
I stopped eating meat for a long time. And I tell you what, I eat chicken once in a while. And I could never eat a flat. Never. Ugh. All right. Bungee jumping or skydiving?
Skydiving.
Okay.
I'll go down once. The up and down, I ain't doing. That's why I don't do roller coasters. Mm-mm.
All right. I mean, you got to get up there, though. The thing is, you got to get up there. You got to get out.
Yeah, but you're not going up and down and up and down. All that's too much.
I start shaking thinking about it. R&B or hip hop?
R&B.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Mm-hmm.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Okay. Dressy or casual?
Casual.
He said that for you.
Mhm.
He said that. Get dressed what? Where?
Yeah,
Not if it involves shoes.
it's nice looking nice for a second, for a picture or two, and then as soon as that picture's, I want to take it off. I don't even wear underwear because I'm serious. I don't like restricting things. I don't like to be restricted.
It's the restriction for me. It's the restriction.
I don't do restrictions. I don't. No lies here. Full transparency.
We're going back to that Baltimore. No restrictions, baby. No restrictions. So, drama or comedy? I mean, there's something else if you want.
Neither.
Scary.
Neither. First of all, I feel drama's cool, comedy's cool. I don't like to pick one out of things. I don't like favorites, first of all. But I like dualities to look at the wholeness of things. Comedy and horror are two parts of a whole. I love horror because I find it funny. And some people might be like, what the hell? That scared me. Or that was freaky. Or I'm having nightmares. And I'm like, but it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's me. But I see life, and I like to see life from different perspectives also. And I like to look at the grand scope of things and then see how that plays out in the whole full of that person's life or those people that were interacting's life. Life is futile. We're here and we're not. And drama is the entirety of that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But they're all counterparts to like one's fear. So I can't say I like one over the other. I like it all.
It's like music,
I can
right?
appreciate
It kind of
that.
depends on what how you're feeling.
Very much
Because I
so.
definitely
I
don't want to
don't
watch
have
a scary
favorite
movie if I
genre.
don't feel like being scared.
That too.
Or
Yeah.
like
Sometimes
I'm
I
not.
just
I
want
don't
to
want.
laugh.
Sometimes I don't want to cry. What do I want to cry for?
But sometimes I want to shake my ass. Sometimes I want to cry and belt out some lyrics at
I
the
need
top of
some
my
background
lungs.
music because when you say that, I just want to keep going. That's his stuff. So
That's my stuff. Actually, speaking of my music, though, that is a very underlying theme. My big inspiration is neo soul and Jersey club music. So even though there's like this soulful sound and like maybe affirmation-y, meditation-y, spoken wordy vibe, whether it's through my lyrics or like some of the piano riffs or something in the music or the melody, you're always gonna have that boom.
I hear it. That's a good example. The one that's on is a good example. It is. I hear it definitely. So like a cornball one. So like, would you prefer alien takeover or zombie apocalypse?
Alien takeover.
Why? I gotta say why. For this one.
I like okay, so like I'm definitely one of those people you could label conspiracy theorists in the sense of like the fringe theories, and I definitely am into UFO stuff, alien stuff, and all the theories that surround that. Full-fledged.
There's testing for zombies.
I was gonna get at that. I'm definitely on the bandwagon of understanding that a zombie apocalypse is very possible in a number of scenarios, and our government did actually prepare for it. So maybe we should think about it too. I don't know. That's up to you to choose. However, I will always choose aliens over zombies because aliens are cool. We don't know them. We don't know them. Zombies are gonna come from us. And that feeds off of like the zombies and their mannerisms are like our primal instincts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we kind of know what they're gonna do. It's like killing each other. It's like cannibalism. Like, been there, done that.
Yeah,
like
I want to eat your brains.
I want something new. I want something fresh. I want a world that
He wants to go out a different way, guys.
I want a
He wants to go out
revolution.
a
I'm a
different way.
revolutionary.
Forget fighting zombies. I got every machete at my house. Those machetes ain't doing nothing to those aliens, bro.
No.
We're going down.
We won't know what happened. We could be sitting here talking, and the next thing we know, we're on a different planet. They could just zap us up, for all in theory. So that's cool to me. That's something that our brains cannot that we cannot in this plane, in this era of this point in time, we cannot grasp on the planet we're on.
Mm-hmm.
And it does speak to my music and who I am as a person, but a lot of what I talk about does kind of aspire and speak to, in all seriousness, the wonder and the everything about the other spheres, the other planes that we aren't necessarily always on most of the time because we're in this material capitalistic world. But we as beings of light, we know this, are people, are beings that are supposed to come here, there, and other, you know?
All right,
and
so
aliens
off
are
topic.
representative
sorry.
of that. No, you're good.
Off topic, just because I see it, I'm drawn to it.
Mm-hmm.
What is the necklace?
Lord Ganesh.
Okay. Oh, I see it now that you say it. It was a glimmer of a glimmer.
Hindu god, who,
for those who don't know,
is there to help put obstacles in your way if you may need them, learn a lesson or two, or take them out of your way for your path to be freed up for other things to fall in place.
I love it. That's dope. And he's a crystal man.
Yes.
Crystals, stones, gems, everything. So your choice. What is your choice? Why do you have one? What you have one?
Tourmaline, just it always.
I know what it is, but tell the people what it is.
It's very good for absorbing and transmuting dark and negative energy, and it just always helps keep you protected. And for someone like me, who is a very well-knowing, powerful person, knowing where they sit in this point in time in their life, I try to keep this as charged as possible and with me at all times. Just as soon as I wake up, it's on.
Okay. So, now for the future, like I stated earlier, he is going to be one of our artists performing April 30th at Zionara's Delights. We'll attach the flyer and all the information. Any questions, can be answered for you guys. But after that, how can they find you? Like in this specific part of the podcast, specifically, I want to call it Check Me Out. And if I'm going to try to get this sound, if I can get the sound right, I want the Baltimore sound going like this. Every time I go like this, we're going to hear it. I'm telling you, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to make it happen. Check me out. How can we check you out? Where are you going to be? What's your future plans?
Yes.
How can they find you for these dope beats? Because these beats are different. Because he's more than just a poet. So there's a lot of things going on. There's networking going on here. So how can they check you out?
No doubt. You can Google me, first of all. I'm Googleable, Circumstantial Saint, and you will find a link to any streaming service that you listen to, whether it's Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, YouTube, anything and everything I am available on. And I've got a good 300 tracks out officially on all platforms for you to check out. I've got 4 albums. The last album, I Am, that I released in February. There's 2 other versions of it that's out as well that just got released. So I released an extended version with a couple of remixes to tracks on there. And then I released the expanded version of I Am, which is literally all brand new tracks. It's 16 brand new tracks separate from the other tracks on the other 2 versions of I Am. So yeah, I stay busy. I released a Black History EP for Black History Month that was really phenomenal, and I collaborated with a lot of dope people. You can find that on any streaming platform as well. My YouTube has tons of music videos for your visual pleasure if you like to check out music videos. Circumstantial Saint, and that's what I was getting to. Circumstantial Saint on anything, whether it's TikTok, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I am on Circumstantial Saint. And then I also have a website, circumstantialsaint.bandcamp.com. That's Bandcamp. And there, if you like to support independent artists and musicians, buy merchandise from them directly, because I have tons of merchandise available as well via Shopify. But you can check out the link on Bandcamp. Bandcamp is a site that is kind of like Netflix for independent artists.
Okay.
So I put an album out via Bandcamp. I can release it myself, set the price, and you can. The money goes directly to me, 100%.
He might have to be sponsored by them. They need to pay this man. Go ahead.
Just saying. Bandcamp, it really is awesome. And so I have 200 plus tracks, about 300 tracks now on all platforms officially. But on Bandcamp, it's twice that much.
Hey.
And you can also, I have a subscription VIP membership. If you pay $16 a month, you get exclusive EPs, singles, videos, and merchandise that you won't find anywhere else. And just for $16 a month, you pay that flat out fee like you would for Spotify, but you get all of my stuff at your disposal.
Okay, so is that just your music, or is that beats, or is that everything?
Music, beats, poetry, lyrics, videos, pictures. Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. That's nice. That's a nice little plug-in. I'm telling you, they need to pay you for that. So that's how they can find you. What do you have coming up? Do you have anything for the future?
Yes.
For them to look into?
Yes, I have a lot of things planned for the spring and summer, so look out for me. You can actually check out this week. I will be sharing a number of the different dates that I'll be doing for the next 3 months via my Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. But for the month of April specifically, I will be in York. That's the 29th. I'll be in Harrisburg the 30th. I'll be in Coatesville on the 21st.
Where the 30th?
30th?
Yeah, where
the
the
Harrisburg is the 29th.
Okay.
The 21st is Coatesville. A bunch of different events. And then I also have Juneteenth events coming up as well. And then
tell them about that. What's up with Juneteenth? You
got
something big coming for that?
Yes.
All right, let the people know. Check me out. This is a segment. That's what it's about. It's called Check Me Out. Let us check you out. Where you going to be?
Also, I like to give an element of surprise and not speak too much into things that are still in
I
the
know.
works.
I get it.
There are some big surprises that I do have for Juneteenth that I won't say, but I
Okay.
will speak on the
Respect
fact
it.
that I do a number of things. So I'm not just a poet and an artist. I'm an activist and I'm a journalist and writer. I do also run an independent media network called the Leon Block Independent Media. And last year we threw our first Juneteenth event in Lidditz, PA, Lancaster County. This year we're going to do a documentary style type of episode and air it. So look out for that.
Okay.
My big thing that I'm really excited about in June so far is Delaware County Pride. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm one of the performers that's going to be performing. Not only am I going to perform a poem, but I'm actually going to perform one of my songs with background dancers. So,
hey, check it out.
y'all gonna
Check
see
it
me
out.
running the runway.
What was the date
So,
for that?
June 10th.
June 10th.
Yes.
Make sure you follow him. Everything will be up. The information will be there. If you need address, you need phone numbers, make sure you go out and support. We talk about background dancers and everything.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you don't want to miss that.
Yes, please check me out. Follow me and subscribe to my YouTube. That's Circumstantial Saint on YouTube, Circumstantial Saint on Facebook. I'm always posting events, self-care, health tips on my Facebook as well. My Instagram, I like to get a little more intimate and share pieces of me, as well as my TikTok. I like to share intimate pieces of me and my music as well. So I'm out there.
Those are the little
myself.
special sprinkles. Those are the little seeds he was dropping on y'all. Those are the places that you really want to look if you want to find the special little insiders and stuff. So make sure that you're paying attention. I'm paying attention. I don't know if y'all paying attention. I'm going to make sure I get my playlist later because I'm not forgetting. I'm not forgetting. I ain't know half of them names. I ain't even going to hold you. I need to know. I need to know. I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to expand my music knowledge. Music is what feelings sound like. This is what we're doing. You know, when I speak rhyme, it connects people. It puts people together, you know, through words, through creativeness. Like it's everything. It's blank canvases and the way that people decide to paint on these canvases. You know, and I love it. I love artists. I love the way that we connect. I love the way that we communicate with these words and these visions. And, you know, we say weird stuff together. It's like we still get it. We still get it because it's just a language. Like, we get it. It's a vibe, you know, and I'm happy for it.
And I will say that a lot of listeners tend to think that there's supposed to be this disconnect or separation. And it's why I try to connect so much. And when I'm speaking in my music, I'm speaking to you directly. It may be something I'm healing within myself and I'm going through, but it's for you. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to be us connecting. So don't be afraid to reach out, connect with me, shout me out, hit me up. I'm DMable. You can hit me up, reach out to me anytime, especially through Facebook. I love to connect with people. So I really look forward to maybe hearing from you or seeing you at any event that I might be at.
Or I speak rhyme. What? I'm telling you, I'm gonna get that. No, I'm gonna get this sound. I'm gonna get this sound. All right, so we're gonna check out here. You know, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you inviting me into your space. Seriously. It's such a good vibe in here. You know, I'm really, really, really looking forward to what you have in store. I already know it's gonna be good. You guys do not want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. This is just one piece of this puzzle that is happening. It's just going to keep rolling, and I feel it. I really feel it. It's special.
I want to point something out, actually, because I do this a lot. I see people do this, like peace. You know, it's something that people always did. It started in the 60s, you know, peace. This is wholeness. This is oneness. This is peace. This is real peace. I feel like this is separation. So when you see me do this, I'm saying peace. I'm saying, I see you. I hear you. I am you.
Words. It be the words, man. That's why I love talking to artists. I just love it. Everything matters. Like, when you're paying attention, it just makes things so much more fulfilling. When you just know. So thank you for that little nugget right there. It was dope. So this concludes our first episode of I Speak Rhyme. Circumstantial Saint, Anita Bonita. We got Jazz Hotter back there. She always here. She always around. And until next time, we will see y'all. Make sure you check us out April 30th at Diana's Delights. We'll have the flyers. We'll have everything ready for you guys. Make sure her stuff is so good. I might need one of everything. I'm telling you right now, all the rules going out the window when it comes to them cupcakes. But what? So yeah, we'll have different artists there, different books, maybe some merch, different things going on for you guys to support your artists. If you want to talk to anybody about different connections and how to get started, where to promote your stuff, different things like that, it'll be a lot of good networking going on as well. So make sure you check us out. Until next time, peace.